Hey, this is Tia Maria, RBH, helping the brown girl community with remembering and or learning the differences between ultrasonic instrumentations. In dental hygiene school, we learned that there are two types of ultrasonic instrumentation, either Cavitrons or piezo, or magnestrictive or piezoelectric. What helped me learn and remember the differences between the two is this handy dandy little word, Evita. And Evita is a movie that Madonna was in. I like Madonna. I listen to Madonna. And this helped me remember the differences. Okay, so here we go. The first letter is for energy. Energy output between the two, magnestrictive, operating on a little bit lower of an energy level at between 20 and 40 kilohertz versus the piezoelectric, which operates between 29 and 50 kilohertz usually. The second letter, B and B, stands for the vibrations. Now the vibrations that the piezoelectric uses is a linear vibration, and that comes from the handpiece itself, versus the Cavitron or the magnestrictive, which operates in an elliptical shape of vibration that comes from the stacks inside of the piece itself. The third letter is I, and I stands for initiation. If you want to use a Cavitron, you are in business because all sides of the Cavitron tip, you are able to initiate to remove debris. Versus the piezo, which takes a little bit more getting used to because only the sides of the tip you can initiate to remove debris. Next letter is T, which stands for tips. Cavitron tips, they come in a variety of colors, I like to say. The tips themselves range in different sizes, bends. Here's one. This is one of my favorites. This is actually the thinnest one, the purple one from the Cavitron brand. And this is another one of my favorites. This is a triple bend from the Hufredi brand. Now, fun thing about this is that you can use two different brands on the same unit versus a piezoelectric. Piezoelectrics are pretty specific, and also the tips themselves are pretty small. You have to keep track of them, and on top of that, you have to use a tool in order to secure the tip onto the handpiece. So if you're using a piezo, which I do every day basically, you have to keep track of your tips, and you have to make sure to keep track of your pieces so that you can lock the tips in place to the handle. Last is A, which actually stands for aorta. And if you remember, aorta is part of your heart. And the one thing that we want to remember about Cavitrons is that we always have to ask our patients if they've had bypass surgery or anything like that. Ask them, is their pacemaker, is it shielded or not? Because if it's not, you don't want to use a Cavitron. A piezo, on the other hand, you can use it. It's not going to interfere with the pacemaker itself. So that's, benefit of having the piezo around. Now, I've been using the piezo since starting to practice hygiene. And I do have to say, I didn't learn how to use it in school. I picked it up here, in private practice. And I must say that it's way more comfortable to use versus Cavitron. But I do use Cavitron as well in another one of the rooms, and when I have to use it, I have to use it. But in terms of us hygienists, it's more ergonomic, so that means less force and less of a tight grip on my hands. And on top of that, I have, as many tips as I pretty much want. I'm a little bit spoiled, but hey, that's pretty much it in terms of the differences with ultrasonic instrumentation. And I hope you guys remember, Don't Cry For Me Argentina, Evita, Madonna. You'll remember the differences between a Cavitron and a piezo.